In this video, we are going to teach you how to publish a webcomic and book on Kindle, and we're also going to walk you through how to publish on other channels.
How to get your comic or webcomic published. Hey YouTube, have you ever wondered why and how to get a book published or make comic? In this video we're going to walk over the steps to make a webcomic and choose a topic, and I'm going to help you through the steps to get published, so you guys are going to be almost guaranteed. I can't make any promises, but almost guaranteed to be published. The first thing that you want to do is think of your topic, and if you have a topic that you're really passionate about and you want to write about, and you're thinking to really want to write about this, go ahead and do it. I'm not trying to change your mind, that's your decision. Really want to write about this, go ahead and do it. I'm not trying to change your mind, that's your decision. However, personally, I realized that I wasn't able to think of a topic for how to get published. Also in this section I'm going to go over how you guys can make a topic, and that will give you a webcomic that you can publish in some kind of form, either as a digital media or a paper. The first thing you guys want to do is find your story and character. Okay, so if you have that topic right, go ahead and skip over this, but if you don't, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn into Google Trends, and so you want to type in webcomic or comic, and in general it's going to show you kind of state. You want to do states and metro areas. In general, what I found is that the places that have the more extreme weather in the United States anyway prefer and webcomics. So places such as Alaska, Washington, Texas, places where you know it's either very hot and very lots of high temperature, foggy, drowsy guys, or a lot of snow, right? And things you know snow, and kind of extreme you know colder. So you kind of want to realize, like, make something that those audiences are gonna be interested in, right? Those consumers, not just that they'll buy it, but so the people will read it. And a good place to start, as I've said, you try to make characters. You wanna try to make a character that would tie into those kind of settings or a relatable settings. So we don't really know for sure, you no, everyone's different, but we can understand a certain setting that you can make a character that maybe that they'll relate to in those areas. So as an example, for one of my comics I did a private eye character, and you see rain, it's kind of rainy, it's kind of film noir type character, and what you do from there is think, okay, you can either outline a story, which you know, yeah, that's really good, but I think that's kind of hard, so what I would just to start drawing. This brings us to our second step of getting your comic published, which is actually writing the comic that you're going to be published. I am going to attach the link in the description, but what you want to do next is go to a website called Klecky. You can also try Draw Island. There are other sites, but I do not know about copyright. Once you are on the site, you want to think in your head what those people might like. As an example, I am going to do a private eye type character. I usually try to create my first picture highlighting the setting or something that your target group might be able to relate. If your audience lives in the cold or rain, you could make a setting about something relevant to their setting, like rain or travel. In the opposite, forming your comic in a beach or sunny house. Once you have that character, you don't have to make him or her perfect, you just want to kind of have something workable. If drawing is something that you are passionate about, and if you have a joy and talent, please go ahead and do it. For a majority of us, we are going to want to create a character we can draw over and over. You will need to draw a lot of times and not get worn out, so you don't need to make it a perfect work of art. As long as it's 60–70% good, you will draw it in a lot of pictures. If it appears presentable and you can work with the character, then that's good. Now that you have established a character and setting, you start by drawing your first picture. Simply move your finger over the Klecky pad and create your first drawing. You can use numerous colors, brushes, rectangles, and lines. Once that scene is made, simply move to a logical progression. In my drawing, my private eye walks by a building. If someone is behind it, just draw that. What happens next? Just move from one logical procession to the next. Save each picture when you are done. Screenshot, or you can save it to a file or download it from the platform. This brings me to the third thing of how to get published, which is actually how you get published. There are a few ways to do this. I am going to take you through the easiest way, and for me the way that I got published, which is through Kindle. You won't go click on the Kindle link. You're going to have to set up an account. I made a Gmail account specifically for this business type deal. When you get to that page, you're going to be asked to put in an account, and I already have an account. But you're going to be asked to give a lot of personal information, so name, address, and you're going to be asking me to connect a bank account. I want to say I can't really guarantee that you're gonna make any money. I can promise you that you will get a published manuscript, and if you don't want to provide this information, then there are some other options. There are 3 other choices that you can make, but now let's talk about what happens if you actually do choose the Kindle option. If you go onto Kindle, you put all this information, then you're going to be asked to have an option to create a book or create a manuscript, and what you want to do is click Create Book, and you want to add a softbound book or ebook. I usually start with the softbound book. And once you do that, so you would click on softbound book. Want to put, you're gonna be asked to put the title, so I usually do something that goes back to that geographic area where your reader lived and can relate. Then they ask for your name. I would like write and use a pen name. But you can use your full name or pen name, whatever you feel comfortable with. Then you can have the option of making it a series or volume, and this doesn't mean just the book is the volume, it means continuing different series with the same character. If you don't want to use the structure on Kindle, there are a few other options you can take. The first option is if you want to make a manuscript and publish manuscripts, you can either try to do it yourself or work through a company. The most basic thing you can do is go into like some libraries and publish your manuscript through a self-publishing machine. If that is not available, you can go to a copy mat, and you can try to combine your strip with a binder and sell it yourself on social media, online or in person. The third option is to submit your manuscript to a publisher. However, this is the least surefire. The fourth option is to try to use a website or YouTube channel that is free to market your comic. The fifth option requires you to pay for an ISBN number, usually 50 to 100, and publish on Kobo or another ebook niche. We hope these strategies will help you market success. God bless, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.